To the Western Cape now, where police are out in full force to monitor Operation Dudula members as they take to the streets of Cape Town this afternoon. The controversial group has been expanding its footprint across the country. It's been targeting areas with high migrant numbers, saying they want South Africans to be prioritized by the government, especially when it comes to employment. That's where we find Newzroom Afrika's Athi Mtongana, who has been monitoring developments there for us. What's happening there at this hour, Athi?
Well, Dudu, I can confirm that at this stage, the Operation Dudula movement that has now been launched in the Western Cape, the leaders have handed over a memorandum to the South African police. They have signed it. In essence, what they're saying there is that they want to work with law enforcement agencies in the work that they're trying to do. Now, to talk more about that work that they're trying to do as Operation Dudula, I'm joined by Patrick. He is a regional secretary of the Greater Tshwane region. Now, I just want to note that, I want you to note that some of the leaders that are here are actually leaders that have traveled all the way from Gauteng to the Western Cape. We have spoken to the provincial leadership of Operation Dudula. Now, I just want to bring in Patrick. Thank you so much for your time. Now, Patrick, you've handed over that memorandum to the police. What are you saying to the Western Cape police?
We're saying to Western Cape police, they must enforce, no, not to enforce, they must be visible, especially in our townships, like Tugule, Chukayelisha, and to solve crimes, and especially the one of another lady, because when we come here, they told me another lady was recruiting young ladies into prostitution via WhatsApp and all that. So those things, they didn't need to be resolved by them. We can't dictate to SARS what they should do. They know how to do those things. They were trained to do those things.
Now, one of the issues that I raised with your provincial leadership is, in your operations, what is it exactly that you are going to be doing in the Western Cape? We know that today you've handed over a memorandum to the police, but as your launch in the Western Cape, what should we expect in terms of your work and your operations around these communities that you've spoken about?
All right. Remember, our modus operandi as Operation Dudula is very simple. We're collecting data from communities, if it's crime related, and then after collecting that knowledge on the information, we give him. So if it's Home Affairs related, especially illegal immigrants, then we rope in the relevant department, which is Home Affairs, to enforce Section 41 of Immigration Act 13/2002, which is verifying and identify suspected foreign illegal foreigners. And then if they arrest them, they must be also deported as per Section 32 of the very same Act. Remember, according to Immigration Act 13/2002, anyone, Section 9 of that Act, anyone who enters our country at any place other than through port of entry, which is airport or border post, is a legal foreigner. Therefore, they must be arrested and deported. That's the issue of Home Affairs and the government. They must make sure that the people they bring into our country have been vetted. Remember, sometimes they're committing crimes and then their fingerprints do not exist on our systems. So they can even change from one location to another, from one province to another in our case. So now we say, Home Affairs, this porous border system must be closed.
Now, won't you talk to us about this element? I'm just going to ask my colleague to pen and show the members of Operation Dudula in the regalia. Talk to us about this uniform and particularly why they choose this, is it SANDF? I just want you to talk to the regalia.
Yeah, you know what? This one is, we call it a platoon. Remember, Operation Dudula was initiated by concerned military veterans and Umpagatu communities across South Africa. Yes, so now we are a movement of one community leading another community for all communities across South Africa. That's why when you see us here in Cape Town today, then people are from Limpopo, people are from Pretoria, people are from Joburg, then to come here help our communities. And then especially, you asked me earlier on the issue of that, the police here are outnumbered by, I don't know what you put it, you said police don't have enough resources, their number is outnumbered by the criminals. I said no. Then that one is simple. We as Operation Dudula, we can assist and we can register as reservists in police force to help the number.
What I was actually saying to you briefly, I want you to give me a very quick response. I'm running out of time. How are you going to operate in these communities where there are extortion rings and organized crime, which speaks to gangsterism in the Western Cape? How are you going to work around that as Operation Dudula here?
Yes, if we collect data, we give it to special commander, and then he doesn't operational because you don't have enough forces. Then we can register as reservists. We can help through our CPFs. And then if Western Cape government is being defeated by criminals, why can't they rope in SANDF, South African Defence Force, and then calling for help from other provinces? Then they can do that in Gauteng. You see, wherever the police is overwhelmed, they rope in other provinces to help. But we, as Operation Dudula, we offer our services right now. They can register us as reservists, then we can help to restore law and order in this country.
Right, thank you so much for your time. One of the leaders of Operation Dudula who have traveled all the way from Gauteng to the Western Cape to launch this movement.